show is getting up those stairs and I've done it, I'm here. So I'm Miss Malice. Tonight is this really Brooklyn heavy show. I feel like we're really celebrating a lot of legends in the Brooklyn drag scene tonight. And so I wanted to share with you a little ode I made to one of my favorite places in Brooklyn, a little creepy New York landmark known as the Spookorama ride at Coney Island. Make some noise if you like Coney Island. Okay, so first things first. Queers love spooky shit. Because spooky shit is really gay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Witches, ghosts, vampires, the supernatural, they fuck shit up. They represent queer resistance, they unleash chaos, threaten to disrupt cis heteropatriarchy, reason, rationality, these forces of control used to contain us. They represent our otherness, what is unspeakable, invisible. Their stories express so much of the emotional center of our experiences. So grief, isolation, fury, vengeance. And I think we hold tight to these stories because they offer us that flicker of recognition. We see something of ourselves in what others fear, and we might also find power there, because there's power in being fucking terrified. So, in 1773, commenting on the rise of the Gothic novel, yes, we're really going here, this is queer spooky school. Open up your textbooks to page 48. So this writer, Anna Aiken, was thinking about why everyone was so obsessed with the Gothic novel in the 18th century. So she was trying to explain the appeal of spooky shit. She wrote this essay called On the Pleasure Derived from Objects of Terror. It's a really good title. And so she has this idea that when we experience a thrill, something that makes us jump, something unexpected, actually stretches our mind, jolts our imagination, and allows us to glimpse this whole new world of possibility that we've never seen before. And I love that. So I don't know if Dear Anna was a dyke like me, but I do know, yeah, I think so too. But I do know that it makes me think of the same feeling of that secret thrill, that surge of unnameable joy every Halloween when it was time to pull out the cardboard boxes from the basement, those Halloween decorations, right? The kitschy black cat with arched back and the rubber bats to put in the hallway. That sense of it's time to transform the mundane reality of my home into this place that suddenly felt full of potential for a kid like me. And so that's how I feel when I walk by the Spookorama. It's got this incredibly kitschy exterior. There's a skeleton playing the organ outside. It just looks like those really corny Halloween decorations. It gives me that sense of recognition, that surge of feeling seen. And when the ride was first created in 1955, that's how old it is, it was actually the longest ride at Coney Island. It was 10 minutes long. It's extremely long for an amusement park ride. It had this winding pretzel track that passed under a simulated blood waterfall. It went out into an outdoor courtyard across 2 separate buildings filled with all these eerie figures and sensations. I know, a dream. But the real reason that I'm obsessed with it is that in this early version of the ride, the imagery was completely dominated by monstrous femmes, right? So you have these sort of shapely demons and witches looming over the cars, perfectly embodying post-war America's horror of strong, assertive femininity. They were like, oh no! So I had to bring my favorite with me tonight. Thank you so much, Zoe. So this is my favorite historical piece of the Spookorama. She's a true spooky sister of mine. As you can see, she's got the really big red hair. She's part film seductress, part vampire, part bride of Frankenstein. She dares men to look and holds them in a gaze that promises their certain obliteration. Just notice her nails too, they're really fucking good. All right, so she's everything. And I've spent so long just poring over these grainy images from these archival photos of the ride and imagining myself on this early version of the ride, staring up at these potent queer forerunners as everyone else's screams ring out around me. It's nice, right? What do you do in your spare time? So, there are naysayers, right? There are folks who really hate this queer identification with spooky shit. And they're like, well, is there always some guy with a stake to put through the lesbian vampire's heart at the end? And there always some mob with torches? Okay, yes, fair. However, I posit that we know better. We know how to read between the lines. We know that there's always a sequel. There's always one more scare before the credits roll. And vampires are immortal, obviously. So, and the Spookorama still stands in the same place that it did 63 years ago.
Yeah.
Each grinding twist of the track, ready to give you that jump that lets us glimpse that whole new world of possibility, one where we never have anything to fear. Woo! And so now that you've indulged me in my ode to the Spookorama, in the spirit of queerness and spookiness and spectacle, let's hit it.